What's something you've done your whole life, but are still bad at? Not walking into inanimate objects. Same here. Especially doorways. And smacking the back of my hand on doorknobs when walking down hallways. I'm tall and swing my arms. This is why I stopped wearing watches. Getting up in the morning. I practice every day, and yet I still always run late from sleeping in. I'm a night owl, and have been for as long as I can remember. Jobs that required me to start at 8 or 9 were killing me, and I'd spend my weekends catching up on sleep. Thankfully, my current job has me working 11 to 8, so I'm able to stay up late and wake up late. I don't think I'll be on these hours forever sadly, but it's been ducking great. This was me for 20 plus years. Now I work night shift, and I've brave function better. I'm a night owl who needs to be up by 5 every day. It doesn't work super well. Socializing. Hey. Hi. Let's have a not awkward conversation. Do you want to know why I'm not allowed within 500 meters of schools anymore? Talking. Can't stop mumbling. Same. And tripping over my words. I feel like half the shit that comes out of my mouth, even with a script, makes no sense because my mouth/tongue get in the way. I feel like my mouth and brain just really have a hard time syncing. Pro tip, even if you don't like it, listen to rap music. Old Eminem stuff is a good example, for a longer period, and read the lyrics to the songs. It doesn't matter if you can't keep up. What matters is that you are slowly but steadily getting better at it, and that transfers a little into normal talk. Tried it over a few years. It works wonders. Great advice. Video games, especially in FPS. I think I still get beaten by some kids. Gaming has turned more into a part-time job than anything. If you're halfway decent at any game, chances are you'll be paired up against kids/college students who have hours a day to burn on that one game. I have nothing but time to play video games, and I still get beaten by kids and college-age people. Early COD and Battlefield games like 1942 and Battlefield Vietnam, I was a guy that could go onto any server and turn a losing battle into a win. Join late and come out with the top K/D ratio. I'm pretty sure I had a reputation on forums, but I just played my best and went out to win. I can't do that anymore. I'm almost always in the middle. I've had more time than ever to play the past few months, even more than my college days. A big part of it is older me, age 39, caring less. My handwriting sucks. My handwriting hasn't changed since 4th grade. I'm also a huge letter writing fanatic, so I can only imagine how my pen pals feel. My parents literally called my handwriting grass mode. My friends say mine causes eye cancer. Their way of torturing people is by giving me a bright red pen and writing stuff which they wad up into a large bowl and throw at people. Sleeping. Insomnia intensifies. I was diagnosed by my doctor 2 months ago. Making choices. Man, I doubt about everything. Same here. I'm painfully indecisive. Are you sure? No. Maybe. Drinking water and not spilling. MMN. Every glass/bottle of water ends up on my shirt somehow. You have a drinking problem. Don't start up with your white zone shit again. For the last goddamn time, there is no stopping in the red zone. Breathing. I have asthma. This is what I came here for. I'm on 5 medications just to breathe better, and I still have to chew on only one side of my mouth so I can catch my breath while eating. 10/10ths the stupidest medical condition, except maybe heart defects. On 6 and still get funny looks. There's a reason my friends nicknamed me Wheezy the 8th dwarf. They're all 6 foot, and I'm a chronic brittle asthmatic 5F6. Whistling. I'll never gain that superpower. Well, same goes for me. Everyone keeps telling and showing me how that works, which seems simple, but I still just can't. Dude, it's simple. You just got to whistle. People who know how to whistle and try to explain it to non-whistlers. Bruh, it's not that hard. Just whistle. That explains literally nothing. Apostrophe. Things that involve time management. I always procrastinate on completing tasks. Sounds like you've gotten really good at procrastinating though. I'm a procrastinator, you could say. Amazing at crastination. May or may not have read this as castration the first time. Being happy and living in the moment. Seriously. Anytime I'm having a good time my mind realizes it and forces me to think about other stuff. Oh, you're having a good time. What about all your debt, bills? The car needs repairs. This is obviously an easier said than done thing, but I've found that if you mentally respond to those questions with a brief answer and follow it up with "I'll look into it later" when I'm not socializing, it's easier to move on. It may not stop the hot iron of anxiety weighing on your heart while hanging out, but if you acknowledge the cause and know that the feeling is natural, it helps reduce it and/or removes it after enough mental practice. I've been eating my whole life, but I'm still the slowest eater ever. I could have had a 10-minute head start on someone on the same dish and would probably still finish slower than them. I'm the exact opposite. I really have to force myself to eat slower, because if I don't I look like a pig. I must admit I still eat as if someone is just about to take the plate away. I do too. Personally I think it's from being brought up in a large family. If you don't get seconds fast enough, sucks for you. I just like my food hot. Same reason I down coffee. When it gets to the right temp you gotta enjoy it quickly. My handwriting hasn't changed since kindergarten. I'm not joking. Same. But I type everything on computer now anyway so nobody knows. Portion control. I overeat. I binge. I have desperately tried to limit my food intake for as long as I remember. In preschool I'd limit myself to only eating half of the lunch provided. But then in the middle of the night I binge eat out of the fridge, eating 4 or 5 days worth of food in 10 minutes. I'm nearly 40 and I'm still doing this shit. I wake up in the morning and find I've eaten everything during the night. I cannot allow myself to have more than 2 days worth of groceries in the house. I tried meal prep and gained 60 pounds because I ate a week's worth of food every night in my sleep. Have you seen an eating disorder therapist? Telling people how I feel without worrying about how they feel about how I feel, which makes everything come out awkward and in turn makes me worry even more. That's it. Someone finally understands. Speaking publicly. I've been in programs my whole life where we would have to speak publicly or to an audience. I've trained for it and done exercises for it, been tested on it and passed everything. Yet when I go up there and it's not for a grade, I shake and my voice wavers and I ramble. No clue why. Same. Even sometimes when I don't emotionally feel nervous, my body physically acts nervous. My voice breaks and it feels like I'm literally forcing the words out as my vocal cords clench down. Some days are better than others and I can't predict when I'm going to sound incompetent and terrified at work. Okay, hi. Are you me? Because same. TMI, but having my period without accidentally getting blood on something. 20 years of experience and it still happens far too often. I feel you. I just accept having blood stains on all of my sheets. I use black sheets during that week. Okay, but what about the first night it comes? Mine is so unpredictable. Always have black sheets. Embrace your inner goth. Taking tests. I can learn and know the material from top to bottom. Yes, I can study for hours and absolutely know what I'm talking about with other people. Presentations, debates, roundtables, whatever you want to call it. Put a test on from of me and set up a timer and all of that knowledge automatically goes down the drain for some reason. Same. Have an exam Thursday and another Monday and just know I'm going to balls them up. I have the same issue with math tests. Probably cause my math periods were 45 minutes long. Talk quietly. My natural speaking voice is set to loud, which is a bit embarrassing considering that in the UK most people speak quietly. My friends say they can hear me from the next room, and that's just me speaking at a normal volume. Honestly, I'm working on speaking quietly, though when I'm back around my family I tend to slip back into my old habits, especially as my grandparents are hard of hearing. I talk very expressively, which sometimes includes loud, but also lots of hand waving. and big facial expressions. I'm gonna blame it on the autism. Being happy. My brain don't make the serotonin right. I laughed because I totally get that. Anxiety. I'd like you to leave. Please oh. You're staying no matter what I do. Okay. Sigh. Shaving. I still hit rough spots and bleed a lot. I have a scar on my chin that I must catch on once a week that just bleeds like crazy. I know the feeling. Eye contact and social cues. Socializing. Guitar. I've played about 25 years and still suck. Glad I'm not the only one. Lol. I can only run for 1 minute before falling to the floor. That actually pretty good for someone who has been falling on floors their whole life. Sleeping. Never learned how to do it. I just browse until I pass out from exhaustion and often wake repeatedly and still tired. It ain't fun. Basic human interaction. Comforting someone. Warning, this will sound like a rant. I'm the type of person that when I don't know what to say after you tell me some bad news or situation, I'll try to make light of it, make jokes, humor, possible to try and cheer you up. This has caused some people to just not tell me shit, which of course upsets me because I find out from someone else who, in my opinion, shouldn't know. IDK how to fix my coping/comforting mechanism, and it has gotten to the point where I just shut up when dealing with those people, because when I tell them they don't listen. Like him talking to a ducking wall. Sorry, I just get upset every time I think about it and really needed to rant. Apologies to anyone that didn't ask, lol. I found it helpful to resort to scripts in those situations. I'm really sorry. Can I do anything to help? Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.